from the spectrum of the philanthropy industry attended the seminars. These ranged from resource providers like foundations, family offices, corporations, PE fund managers and grant-making bodies, venture philanthropy intermediaries and practitioners, to research institutes, and finally, social purpose organizations. The theme of the roadshow was Venture Philanthropy in Practice, and AVPN invited international leaders to share their success stories and learning points with the local audience. Ruth Jones, CEO of Social Venture Partners International, spoke about their organization's model, which tapped on venture philanthropy's greatest and most underutilized asset, referring to human capital.
Because in the 21st century, it's that conjunction that is going to be the difference maker. We try and think of it in terms of the three-legged stool. The first leg is the financial capital. The second leg is the program capital, which comes from non-profits which are coming up with innovative, wonderful ways to respond to entrenched social issues.
Our speaker from London was Sharks Ghosh, the CEO of Private Equity Foundation. She also shared about how they use their members' pro bono services and donations as leverage to increase social and financial impact for the beneficiaries.
And they then are able, on the back of the money that we give them, to go out and raise 5 times more money. To a donor, that's hugely compelling. Why help one child when you can help 5? And then finally, so as the donor's money goes through the Private Equity Foundation, we add value to it. And we bring in some of the best business brains in the UK to work with charities. And it works out to about 40,000 hours over the last 5 years, and monetized, that's another 10 million.
In Singapore, a panel of regional speakers engaged with Ruth and Sharks with comparisons on the venture philanthropy landscape between the Western countries and in Southeast Asia. Joan Yao of LGT Venture Philanthropy discussed how her company selects their winners when deciding the social purpose organizations to invest in.
I think in Southeast Asia, speaking at least in my experience in the region, I also look at relatively early stage, not as early stage as my colleague here, but probably I would say around organizations like 2 to 5 years old.
Chris Cusano of Ashoka and Maulana Muhammad from Uno Capital each gave their perspectives on social innovation and the role of venture philanthropy in solving social problems.
We shouldn't write off issues as issues we're not interested in. We should just recognize, we should just seek the innovations, and if we see something that's promising, try to get them going.
I found that a lot of international wants to come into Indonesia. They have find difficulties in terms of giving not just money.
There were also many questions from the audience for the panel, ranging from the challenges faced by the speakers working with pro bono service providers and social measurement tools to fundraising advice. Their consistent advice throughout the roadshow was,
What can I do in the short term as I prepare for that stage? And she said, collect good statistics and collect good stories. She said the stories will get you a hell of a long way.
AVPN regularly travels to different cities in Asia, conducting workshops, seminars, and meetings to provide an effective platform to share best practices on venture philanthropy. To engage with us and our members, and for more information on venture philanthropy, visit us at